One thing I like about this place is they've got fans there keeping you cool. They have those at PJ's as well on the outside area, but this is a bit more spacious than the PJ's one, which is basically just an extension of the mall area for seating. And if you're on the non-smoking end and it's the wrong, the breeze is going the wrong way, you'll cop a bit of the smokers smoke wafting across to you. And you have to get closer to the smokers area in the afternoon because that's where the sun goes. So unless you want to avoid getting burnt to a crisp, you need to sit closer to where the smokers are. So it's a bit of a trap. But yeah, it's quite a nice setup here. I always think fans are better than aircon. If you can avoid aircon, you're better. I still haven't used my aircon in the apartment yet, and I'm trying not to. I think I'll buy a pedestal fan. The overhead fans may not be enough. But with a decent pedestal fan, I might be able to get right through summer. So we'll see. But I mean, like I said, there's no humidity at the moment. I thought there'd be some by now, but this is not what I call humidity anyway. And I presume it's going to be a little worse as it gets later in the year, early New Year, January, February. I think it's going to be fairly muggy. So we'll see. But there's no guarantee it's going to rain. They've had some dry summers, and that's not good. Dry summers are not what they want here. They need a bit of rain, so that's not good at all. I've got to say, my mobile really pisses me off. It's a Motorola. It was actually quite cheap. It's got decent features, but the damn thing just reboots all the time. It did it again just now. And I don't know why. I think it might be to do with it doesn't have enough memory in it, and it seems to, if you put too many apps on, the damn thing just reboots from time to time. You don't know when it's going to happen. It's also put me on airport mode when I wasn't aware of it. That happened to me when I was looking for a place to stay here, and I was waiting for a phone call for a real estate agent, and I found out the bloody phone had automatically switched itself back to airport mode. So that was great. So yeah, I'm not overly happy with that aspect of it, and I don't know if it's necessarily an Android issue because my Levino tablet's it's worked flawlessly, and that's using Android as well. But this Motorola's got a mind of its own, and even though I think it's a good mobile, I don't know if I'd buy another one. I'd look around at options anyway, but it was only $155, so it's and I got one, and one of these, the previous one I had was nicked when I was in Vietnam, but it was no big deal. It was only $155. Imagine if I had a bloody iPhone, it cost over $1,000. Then I would have had to take it up with the cops and at least try to get insurance back. But this one just don't care about, it's chicken feed, so it's a good thing. But then again, you get what you pay for. But overall, it's worked all right. It's a basic phone, and it does all the features of a smartphone. But the rebooting is annoying, and you just don't know when it's going to happen. So yeah, not perfect, but cheap. I think our busker's on to mainstream Hendrix now. He's just stopped, unfortunately. So I don't know. Well, that was good. Just go down for one pint, $5. Such good value. Imagine paying $5 for a reasonable quality beer in Melbourne for a pint. I mean, you can do it, but only a few places. It's not widespread by any stretch of the imagination. This is actually a tourist area, so it's very good. So you can't complain about that. And the guy's doing a bloody interlude, damn it. Oh, I want to just get some free copyright material on the YouTube. Oh, there's another busker here. They're everywhere. It's a McDonald's busker. Yeah, they know where the money is, don't they? You don't see that around my end. They always just beg from you. Here at least they put some legitimacy into the money making of it. So, but not where I live, not. Good old Martin Street. That's hardcore local area. Student area, I'd say. And primarily Asian student area, I think. And quite a few of my neighbours are Asian students, and also they're all from the same agency. My agency seems to now have quite a few of the leases there. They're property managing most of the properties there, I think, which isn't such a bad thing, I guess. They're okay to deal with. Had an inspection of my place shortly after coming back from Vietnam, a day after actually, and it was very cursory. They just wandered in, wandered out, and that was it. It took about a minute. So I guess that's a good thing, you know. They knew I wasn't the sort of person who's going to trash a place. So I guess Shane is actually a good judge of character. Fairly rare trait these days, I would think. And come up to where the wool shed is, and the mall renovation as usual, moving at a snail's pace, taking forever to get this job done. It's crazy. I mean, there's the wool shed, by the way. It's okay. They've got a happy hour on as well. Yeah, this renovation for this small area is just crazy. In Asia, they'd get this job done in a few weeks. It's taking bloody 6 months here. It's just typical of this country. They're just inefficient as. God, I'd hate to think how much has blown out the cost of the project, but that's just pretty typical here. We just accept all this mediocrity. But, I'll head to PJ's, have a calming Guinness, and that should make things a bit more mellow, hopefully. Although I think I'm inherently non-mellow. Yeah, that was particularly dead at the PJ's tonight. I don't think I've seen it that dead for a while. It's a Tuesday night and there was not much happening. Only a couple of girls on, barmaiding, and there's a local there I had a chat to, thank God. That was alright, but I wanted to buy another Guinness because he bought another beer and no one would serve me. So that's really slack. I don't know what they're on about. You know, it wasn't like they had that many patrons, but they decided that they wouldn't serve me another Guinness. So fine, that's why they run their business. Not impressed. So I don't know what's happening. I might patronise the Pier more, I think. At least I got a friendly barmaid at the bar, and not so much at my old watering hole. I'm starting to lose interest in it, to be honest with you. PJ's ain't the pub it used to be, which is a bit sad. So yeah, things change. It's a fickle industry.